What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have moving to Australia made me question everything. I'm excited to hear what she's got to say before we do. If you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Let's check this out.
I moved to Australia for 6 months and it totally changed the way I view everything. I had to question what I believed before. But first, this is Tiffany Travels. I help women and families travel, build wealth, and live richer. So on my channel, you'll find travel vlogs from around the world, as well as interviews with women and families who have moved abroad. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So I did a study abroad in Australia and I went to New Zealand and Fiji while I was there. This is during a
That
time
sounds
in my
nice.
life where my father was very ill. And I was just in a YOLO phase. I was just in this phase where I'm going to do everything that I want to do before something happens to me, before I die. So I was
I
in
absolutely love that, and I feel like definitely like seeing your relative or loved one, in this case, her dad, like go through. It seems like the end when very ill. I think that just kind of puts into perspective, like she said, that you only live once, and you really do have a limited time amount of time on this earth. So, like, truly do all the things you want to do and live how you want to live, because once the curtain closes, that's the end of the show.
YOLO phase. So I was doing bungee jumping, I was doing whitewater rafting, I was doing canoeing, I was doing all of these excursions all over Australia. And I went from Sydney up to Cairns to New Zealand. I was doing all these things. While I was there doing the excursions, I met other travelers. So even though I was living there at the time, I was meeting travelers because I was doing excursions like whale watching. I was doing stuff like that in
Oh,
Australia
that's
or
pretty
going
dope.
to the Great Barrier Reef
That's
and
so awesome.
snorkeling there.
That's so
So
awesome.
I
I don't know about snorkeling or nothing. Hey, well, we're watching and just kind of different excursions, different things in Australia. I mean, it would be fun.
I met people, and the people there were from Europe, or they were mostly from Europe. Every now and again, I'd meet other Americans, but for the most part, they were from Europe, and they would be in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And I kept meeting people who were saying that they were on holiday, and they were
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, how long are you here for?" And I would tell them I'm here for a study abroad, and they would say, "Oh yeah, we're just here for 4 weeks, or we're here for 2 weeks, and
4 weeks.
then we're gonna go 2 weeks in
That's
Melbourne."
crazy. We're here for 4 weeks on holiday. 4 weeks to get a vacation that long. My days.
Melbourne. So I started to realize the rest of the world takes a holiday at least once a year. And by holiday, I mean 4 to 6 weeks,
That's
at least
beautiful.
once a year. And so I met so many people who were on holiday. I met so many people who were in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And they would tell me about their previous travels. So they would say, "Oh yeah, last year we went to Jamaica, or the year before that we went to the U.S., or the year before that we were in France, or the year before."
That's so
This is a
dope.
regular thing.
Where y'all be getting the money? I guess when you're in Europe, man, it's not as expensive, right, to travel to different countries. But to come over to America, we come across that water. I'm sure that plane ticket is no cheap fee, no cheap price. Where are we getting the money to travel like that?
They travel for weeks every single year. This is not like a once in a lifetime type
That's
of
crazy.
situation. This is not, I need a break, I need a gap year, I need a career break, I need a sabbatical. This is how they do life. And I was in college at the time. So I was almost 20, I was 19 years old. And this kind of shaped how I view work. I was thinking to myself, we have it backwards in the US. Like why? And the sun is coming out. So let me
Yeah,
try
it
to position
is.
myself so that I'm less in the sun. Yeah, this is just how they do life. And I was in college and I was just thinking this model or the paradigm that we have in the United States where you only go on vacation for 2 weeks and most people don't even use
Mm-mm.
2 weeks all at once.
No, you can't. The jobs rarely let you. Like they will tell you, like you got to put in for vacation, and then there's not many jobs at all that's just gonna give you 2 straight weeks. I mean, I'm not saying there's none because I'm sure some people do, but a lot of them, you're not getting 2 straight weeks.
We get 2 weeks vacation and you got to spread that out
Mm-hmm.
throughout the year. It's frowned upon for you to take 2 weeks at once. So people are taking long weekends, people are taking a week at the most, maybe 10 days if you can put it next to a holiday, maybe 10 days, and then that's it. And that is what is normal in the US. And so when I had this experience, this realization, because there was so many people, it wasn't one or two people, it was so many people that I met that had the same experience. It was eye opening. It was like, this is how I want to live my life. I want to be able to take time off from work. I want to be able to take 4 to 6 weeks.
I
I
feel
want
like I get it. Like it definitely feels like we're here, like in most other countries, see it that we live to work here. Like we're so stuck. I mean, it's really cost of living. You're stuck having to work so much, and it continues to rise, and it's just not good. Um, that you really don't have a choice but to constantly work. And no, we don't get the great benefits that they do over in Europe, over in Australia. We don't get long vacations. And even the vacation time you do get, you don't get to take it all at one time, right? Um, it's just a lot different here. And it's when you think about things, like every country has their flaws, but when you see a lot of these countries in Europe, I always say, unless you're like ultra rich, bro, I just think there's better countries out there that are in a sense of that are going to provide a higher quality of life for a lower cost.
I want to be able to take extended travel during the summer. Uh, when I was in Australia, that is when I decided that is how my life is going to look. I am going to make sure that I set myself on a career path that allows me to travel. And so that's the beauty of travel is that you have these aha moments, you have these moments where you are changing your paradigm, you're changing how you think. And it's a beautiful thing when you question or when you challenge what's normal. And you're like, this, what I thought was normal is not normal. That is overworking. That is working
Mm-hmm.
yourself to death.
Mm-hmm.
That is not living. What I want to do is live my life
Come on
and
now.
be able to have these experiences that other people have on a regular basis. So YouTube thinks that you would like this video. I think you might enjoy this one.
That was a great video that kind of explained the differences between Europe and Australia, and then Europe and Australia and the U.S. Like, just kind of the benefits and things that you get in these other countries that we don't get here in the U.S. So I'd like to hear what y'all think about that in the comment section. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.